Hello. Today we'll start with the new chapter of biology in standard 9th, that is hygiene. Yeah, quite a easy chapter. Nothing to nothing some not anything which is really something which you don't know. Yeah, most of the things are such that we are just glancing through the chapter, and that is one of the reason that most of the schools make this chapter as a self-study chapter. So anyway, I'll just go through the salient features. Means I'll just go through this particular chapter one by one and see if anything extra information which can be given to you in this particular part. So hygiene, a key to healthy life. Yes, hygiene is one of the key to having a healthy life, because if the surroundings and we keep ourselves clean, then definitely we are going to be free from many of the diseases which could spread just because of the uh, low sanitation kind of a behavior what we are having in India as such. So hygiene is defined as a science and practice of maintaining good health. So it is a science and a practice. Okay, main thing is practice. It is you need to practice hygiene. You need to be hygienic. You need to keep or maintain yourself hygiene. Maintain the hygiene of your body. It requires caring of one's own body, personal hygiene, and taking proper care of surroundings, social hygiene. The major aspects of personal hygiene are as follows: cleanliness, physical exercise, rest and sleep, healthy habits. So we have over here that the hygiene can be given into two forms. One is the social hygiene and other is the personal hygiene. The personal hygiene is related to ourselves. We are keeping ourselves clean. And secondly is the social hygiene, where we try to keep our surroundings clean. So when we talk about the personal hygiene, there are four major aspects of personal hygiene. The first thing is cleanliness. So first is cleanliness. The second one is physical exercise. So physical exercise. The third one is rest and sleep. And finally, the fourth one is healthy habits. So these 4 points are the main aspects we need to take care of in case of the personal hygiene. So let's see one by one what are these 4 points. First thing, let's take about cleanliness. Personal cleanliness is most essential. First is hand and skin. Most of the hand and skin must be cleaned regularly. We are continually handling a variety of things: furniture, books, coins, currency notes, seats, and supporting rods and buses, pets, and other domestic animals, tools and machinery in workshops, and so on. All these objects may carry germs which may be picked up by our fingers and transferred over other parts of the body or into the mouth through food. So yeah, you can see that whenever anybody is having, like simple example, when you are coughing, what you are going to do? You are just going to cough like this, okay, but your hands have that particular virus in it, so that particular bacteria and all. So then after what are you going to do? Okay, you wipe it out, and then you are holding some rod or holding the some kind of a thing which is a thing which is a general public place ka koi item, and when you touch that thing, automatically you are transferring the germs to that particular article what you have touched, where in other people also come and touch, and it could cause the spreading of the diseases. Like that is exactly what we are talking about in corona. That coronavirus, we are having this problem is because the movement of the virus from one person to another person is very easily possible because of the droplets which we are giving out during sneezing and coughing. So that's the reason they keep on telling you to wash your hands, so that if you go out of your house and come back, first thing is to wash your hands. Why is that saying? Because when you wash your hands, you are not allowing the virus to be on your hands and then go into your mouth. So because it is going to enter into your nasal cavity or the mouth cavity and only then it could cause a problem to you. If it is just in your hands, it is not going to cause any problem. So accordingly, you see that cleaning of the hands and the skin becomes a very important part, not only for a general thing, not only for a coronavirus, but also generally it becomes very important. So the practice of washing hands with soap after using toilet is very important. A daily bath regularly keeps the skin clean and free from germs. The body odors given out in perspiration are removed and keeps the sweat pores open. Particular attention must be paid for the cleansing and drying of the various clefts and folds of the skin of arms, legs and toes. So whatever are the clefts and the places like the armpit and all, which are going to be continually, they are going to be stuck to each other, like this one, or these are the ones where you need to be the clefts and the folds which are there, wherein normally the cleaning is left out. Okay, we just leave that thing, we leave that area. So it is very important that those parts should be cleaned on a regular basis. Undergarments and handkerchiefs must be washed daily. So that are about the hands and the skin. The next one is the hair. So hair should be kept clean from frequent washing and regular combing. This keeps it healthy and free from parasites. Now, normally it is seen that hair ke andar the parasite, the leaves and those things can enter into very easily from one person to another person. So if you are combing your hair on a regular basis, there is no chance of any kind of bacteria or any kind of insect or parasite coming into your hair and staying there for a longer period of time. So that's why you need to clean the hair regularly. Teeth should be cleaned at least twice a day before going to bed and at night after getting up in the morning. Mouth should be washed after every meals, and too much eating of sweets and chocolates spoils the teeth, causing caries and gum infection. So yeah, you need to keep the teeth healthy by brushing them at least twice a day, and especially clean your mouth after you have the meals. And avoid sweets, because sweets जो है problem यही है कि they are going to remain stuck to the teeth, and when they remain stuck over there, they are prone to the infections, and there the bacterial growth could be taking place and it would decay the teeth. That's why it is required to clean the teeth regularly. Breathe by nose. One must always breathe by nose and never by the mouth. One should blow the nose in a handkerchief and should hold the handkerchief in front of the mouth and nose while sneezing. So yeah, the nose should be clean, and yeah, it should, when you are cleaning the nose, at that time you should keep a handkerchief. So while sneezing or cleaning the nose, you should do it in the handkerchief. And moreover, you should breathe through the nose, because the nose has got the hair and the mucous membrane, which is mucous lining, which is going to help to clean off the dust which is entering in the body through the air. Next is eye. Eye must be cleaned and washed with clear water 2 or 3 times a day. Trachoma and conjunctivitis are 2 common diseases of the eye caused through dust and through contamination of hands and towel. For preventing eye infection, one must never share towels with others, even in the same family. And the Indian custom of applying kajal may sometimes lead to infection of the eye through the shared applying sticks. So never share such sticks. So yeah, kajal application and all will also be problem. Otherwise, eye is very delicate, so you should see to it that you are cleaning the eye, you are splashing water on the eye on a regular basis. Especially nowadays, when you are seeing most of your time is being spent on viewing things on the mobile and on the TV and on the laptops. So there it is more important that you keep on splashing water to your eye, so that your eye is getting some kind of a warmth and it is not getting overstrained. So yeah, you need to take care of the eyes, not only for cleaning purpose, but yes, also for giving it a rest, because you are continuously in front of some or the other digital media. Ears should be kept clean. The wax inside may be cleaned through a soft moist swab, and one should never put sharp pointed objects in the ear. It may injure the eardrum. In fact, I would say that you don't even need to put a earbud inside the ear, because it has got our ear has got a special mechanism by which automatically after some days it is going to give out the wax when you are having your bath. So while having the bath, you don't even come to know, but you just need to take the towel and just put it inside like this and do it. It's sufficient enough. Your ears are a self-cleaning one, so you don't require any kind of bud or something to clean it. So normally it is going to be cleaned without any issues. Only certain people who have got problems with the wax generation, that they have got dry wax, then they will have a problem, and then they will need to use some kind of a ointment, get some ear drops, so to clean your ears, but not the pointed objects. The next thing what we are seeing is the physical exercise. So that was about the cleaning. Now we talk about the physical exercise. Some physical exercise is necessary for all age groups, especially children, adolescents, and young people. Long, gentle walks are enough for all. Physical exercise should be systematic and regular. It improves blood circulation. Now, physical exercise, it's the most important thing, especially when you are become now slowly and steadily. The new generation has slightly become more lethargic. They have become more lazy because they are not having too much of the physical activity to be done in the daily routines. Okay, those who are sportsmen and they are playing football and cricket, and they are continuously going out of the house and playing around, that's okay, then it's fine. But normally I have seen that nowadays new people are much more enjoying in the social media or in the online games, where you are just sitting in a sofa and just playing around. So in that case, you are slowly and steadily getting a problem with your body, that you are not able to have the flexibility of the body of which should be there in your age. So that leads to lots of problems for you. That is why physical exercise is very, very important. And for older people also, even if you have got if you are old enough, if you are not able to do strenuous exercises, at least walking, going for a walk, and because the moment you keep on walking, there is less chances of you getting any kind of diseases or any kind of a problem, because for physical exercises is going to make you more immune and more stronger and more flexible. So that's why it will say physical exercise improves your blood circulation, so your immunity also going to increase by physical exercises. The third is rest and sleep. Yeah, all organs of the body, including brain, needs rest. So in general, the body obtains adequate rest by means of sleep. The amount of sleep required varies with age. The very young infant sleep for most of the day. Yeah, you can see the baby सोते ही रहता है. Okay, उठेगा, दूध पिएगा, सो जाएगा. That is the way they. Yeah, so that is most of the time they are asleep. For adults, 6 to 7 hours continuous undisturbed sleep is sufficient. So 6 to 7 hours, yeah, even in your case, 9th and 10th standard students should have not more than 7 hours of sleep. 6 to 7 hours is sufficient enough. You can cut down on your sleep, because if you cut down your sleep, you will see the many advantages of that. First thing is that, see, 6 to 7 is required. If you're sleeping less than that, it's a big problem. Like if you are going to be awake till late in the night and have some kind of a online chatting and things like going on, and finally you wake up also a bit early, that means you're not having the complete 6 to 7 hours of sleep, then it will be a problem to you. But the moment you are going to sleep for 10 hours or more, then also it's a very big problem, because that will increase your lethargy, that will make you more lazy. So adequate sleep, that is 6 to 7 hours or max to max 8 hours of sleep, is good enough for a person. Next is finally healthy habits. Yes, one should develop good healthy habits, such as going to bed at night at regular time, taking food at regular hours. So following a proper time schedule makes your life more easier. See, when you follow a proper timetable, lifespan, like you are taking the lunch at a particular time, your dinner at a particular time, going to sleep at a particular time, waking up at a particular time, this is going to make your body accustomed to that particular biological clock, and accordingly all your organs will function normally, properly, when you are having the time schedule in it. The moment you have got haphazard time schedules, that आज 3 बजे खाना खाया, कल 12 बजे खाना खाया था, या तो रात को नॉर्मली 8 बजे खाने के बदले 9 बजे, आज 9 बजे खाया, कल 10 बजे खाया, एक बार तो 12 बजे खाया, then what is going to happen? Your biological clock, your body is not getting accustomed to it, and that's why there will be problems in the digestive system. You will be suffering from acidity, you will be suffering from gastric problems. So all these could also be there. So that's why going to bed at a particular time, waking up at a particular time, having a food at a particular time is very important. So having a good habits like that is important. So in general, going to bed at late or immediately after taking dinner are not good habits. Bowel should be cleared every day, preferably in the morning. Tobacco should be avoided. It is injurious to health and may even lead to cancer. Now this is something very important. You are still in the 9th standard, but soon you will be coming into 10th and then going to the 11th standard, where you will be going into the college. And there, the fashion ke mare, ya to peer pressure ke mare, you are taking some kind of, you are smoking or you are taking some drinks and all. So these are bad habits which are going to do no kind of benefit to you. Okay, there won't be any benefit to you by doing those things. It is going to only be harmful. So to avoid that thing, it is very important that under no peer pressure or under no circumstances you should be forced or you should go for the habits of chewing tobacco or smoking. So because they are really very bad. Taking stimulants and sedatives are unnecessary and spoils habit. Yeah, same thing again. You cannot take the stimulants. The stimulants and sedatives are again the kinds which could be a kind of drugs, and sedatives are the one which are giving you sleep. You know, if you are having some problem with sleep, but normally in your age you will not be facing that thing. But yes, you should avoid such things also. And drinking alcoholic beverages is definitely harmful to one's own body as well as to the society. Yes, because why to the society? Because you may land up doing certain activities in your unconsciousness, or you can say that subconsciousness, or but wherein you are not conscious enough to do a particular thing, and you do some wrongdoings which are not socially viable. So that's the reason having alcoholic beverages is not only bad for your health, but also not good for the social well-being. The living rooms should be well ventilated for fresh air and sunlight. Fresh air brings oxygen and sunlight kills germs. Yes, as far as possible, if your living room has got the place where you stay has got some windows, do keep them open so that the fresh air and the sunlight can enter into your house, and that is going to not only kill the germs but also bring in more oxygen. So that was about the next part, that was rest and sleep and healthy habits. So these were the personal hygiene. So this, what we said, was the personal hygiene. Now we come to the next level, and that is the social hygiene and sanitation. All public places such as schools, offices, buildings, bathrooms, lavatories, cinema halls, etc. should be kept clean. The eating places such as hotels, restaurants, roadside dhabas and their surroundings must be kept clean and free from flies. All eatables must be covered. All utensils, cups, glass tumblers and spoon, etc. must be thoroughly washed, preferably with soap and hot water. All public drains and garbage must be covered, and some disinfectant such as bleaching powder, lime, etc. should be frequently sprinkled. The civil bodies, municipalities, etc. must ensure the supply of germ-free drinking water and an efficient sewage disposal. So we can see that in short, we are saying that we should keep our surroundings, we should keep the places where we are having our food, that means the restaurants and the dhabas and maybe even the roadside the food, but agar koi clean hai to, so we should keep the public drains and all should be clean. So municipality has got that particular responsibility with them, that they should be giving the people germ-free water to drink, and they should also help the people to dispose of the sewage in a proper manner. So that is basically what we see in this social hygiene. So social hygiene is much more related to the surroundings, so we need to keep our surroundings clean. we see something about the control of disease carrying vectors. So if you maintain a proper personal hygiene and and it is seen to it that everybody maintains a proper social hygiene, then automatically we are free from the diseases. Why is it so? Because there are so many vectors, so many different flies, mosquitoes, and many other insects which are going to help the germs to pass on from one body to another body and cause the germ infections to pass forward. So that's why it is important that we should see to it that the carriers, that is the vectors, disease carrying vectors, are going to we try to see to it that they are not going to spread much. So control of the disease carrying vectors is, vector is any agent that acts as an intermediate carrier of pathogens. Many insects and other animals spreads diseases. Steps should be taken in control or to eradicate them. Control of houseflies, mosquitoes and cockroaches should be given maximum priority. These three are considered the worst public enemies. So it is seen that the pathogens, they are going to be transferring they are going to get transferred from one place to another place by the vectors. The vectors are the agents or the carriers of the diseases from one place to another place. So, and out of those, the three main enemies of public are the cockroaches, mosquitoes, and houseflies. So, housefly, mosquito, and cockroach needs to be taken care of the first. So, if your house has got these, then please take care of those by some kind of a pest control treatment, or maybe even just hit and something like that, so so that you are not being unhealthy because of them. So we see now first about the housefly. So the economic importance of housefly. Yeah, they are important. Houseflies are necessary to a certain extent because they are natural scavengers. Scavengers are the one who are going to eat away their waste. Okay, they are going to carry away the waste from the places, but they also have their own problems. So let's see. The housefly is a kind of a natural scavenger, cleaning and consuming the leftover of the food, etc. But the dangers which the housefly poses to human life are so serious that it is often designated as public enemy number one. It spreads numerous diseases including dysentery, cholera, typhoid, etc. The manner in which housefly spreads disease are as follows. The first one is hairy body and legs pick up filth. So the houseflies, they have got that particular thing, that they have got a hairy body and they have got legs which is going to have the filth which is going to sit on that particular housefly. So the body, especially the legs and are hairy or spiny, they easily pick up the filth containing germs from dirty places, such a fly contaminates our food by sitting on it. A resting housefly always keeps on rubbing its legs against themselves and over the body, thus dropping particles of the filth. So एक housefly आया, एक जगह पे बैठा, maybe it is like a feces of something, okay, somebody, and which has got so many bacteria and viruses, and then that housefly goes and sits on some food stuff. When it sits on anything, it is just keeping on rubbing its feet. So when it keeps on rubbing its legs, it is going to clear off the filth which was there stuck to its legs on the food. So what you're going to eat will be automatically containing those filth. Pouring out saliva, food is also contaminated when germs, like the housefly moistens the food stuff by pouring out its saliva on it, or when it vomits food which it has swallowed from dirty places. So yes, houseflies also give out their saliva, or also sometimes give out some vomit kind of a thing on the food stuff. So which is again, yeah, it sounds so irritating. You can now imagine that what we could have been eating till date. Next is excreta. It deposits excreta while it feeds and thus contaminates human food. Again, that's again a problem. And direct transmission of germs. Sometimes it directly conveys the infection. For example, germs of trachoma, that is disease of the eye, are directly transferred from a from a fly which once settled on the infected eye of a patient, next time sits on the eye of a healthy person. So that's how it is going to transfer directly the the trachoma from one person to another person. Now, how to control them? The control of the housefly is, there are several methods to control houseflies. First is elimination of the breeding place. See, if you are eliminating the place of breeding, breeding is nothing but the where it gives its eggs and the reproduction of the houseflies takes place. So the place where the eggs can be kept by that thing are the areas which are most deadliest conditions. So all refuse from houses and all animals and human excreta should be removed at regular and frequent intervals and disposed of in such a way that the flies cannot breed in it. If the refuse is covered by a layer of earth, enough heat is produced in it by decomposition which is sufficient to kill the maggots, if any. So yes, if the it is done in such a way that wherever the garbage is being placed, if they put a soil on top of it, then the soil is going to give enough heat to that garbage that it will not allow the maggots, that is the eggs of the houseflies, to mature, and that's why they will not be formed. Next is spraying. Houses and breeding places should be sprayed with DDT or other insecticides. Yeah, you can spray the insecticides to kill them. And finally is avoidance. You can avoid them. How you can avoid them? By not taking the food which is uncovered. So food should be kept well protected and covered. Flies should not be allowed to sit on the body. Sleeping babies should be protected by baby umbrella. So in this way you can avoid, or you can help help yourself from avoiding the contact with any housefly. Okay, now we see the next one, that is mosquitoes and its diseases. So that we'll take it in the next video, I think. Now I can continue here. Anopheles mosquito spreads malaria in men, monkeys and birds, etc. The malaria germs is a protozoa, Plasmodium. So malaria is caused by a protozoa which is called as Plasmodium, and that Plasmodium protozoa is being carried from one person to another person by the mosquitoes, which are the Anopheles mosquito. So Anopheles mosquito are the agents or the carriers of the malaria virus from one place to another place, or one man to another man. So not only men, even birds and monkey, it is going to pass through. Culex mosquitoes spreads elephantiasis, that is filariaceae, caused by the nematode worm Wucheria. So that is the worm which is going to be spreading the disease with the help of Culex mosquito, that is elephantiasis. And a third mosquito, Aedes, spreads yellow fever and dengue, both caused by their respective viruses. So you can see the mosquitoes hence become a very good agent of transmitting of the diseases from one person to another person, because they are the agents or vectors for the pathogens. The germs of these diseases are spread when the mosquito bite to suck blood. With this blood, the mosquito receives germs of a particular disease which grows and multiplies within their body. When such infected mosquito bite a healthy person, the germs are introduced into his body through the saliva. Before sucking blood, the mosquito first injects its saliva into the skin, which contains a substance that prevents clotting of the blood to facilitate suction. See, mosquito is very smart. They have got a very smart mechanism to bite you. Now, normally if they bite you, if they would have not done anything, then blood would ooze out immediately. But if the blood would ooze out automatically, it will be a problem for the mosquito. So that's why what they do is that before they bite, they are going to put the saliva over there. When you put the saliva, it is not allowing the blood clotting to take place, and thus the blood, when it is able to easily penetrate to the skin, hence the mosquitoes are able to bite you. So what it does is that it bites a person. Suppose a person is already infected by malaria, so that particular mosquito will get that infection in his body. in the body of the mosquito, these bacteria are going to multiply. This particular kind of the pathogen are going to multiply, and then when that mosquito is going to bite some another person, it is going to forward that germs into the other person. This is how the mosquitoes are transferring the virus or the bacteria or the germs from one person to another person. Control of mosquitoes. Several steps are recommended to destroy the mosquitoes in different stages. Spraying, that is, adult mosquitoes should be destroyed by spraying DDT and other insecticides in dwelling places. Spraying on ponds and marshy places kills the life history stages. So we see that mosquitoes are going to be breeding, basically they are going to be breeding, or they are going to be giving out their eggs mostly in the moist places, which are like puddles of the water and wherever stagnant water is present. So if you are not allowing the stagnant water to be present, or you are already spraying the kind of DDT or some kind of a pesticide or insecticide over there, then the breeding stage itself you are stopping the probability of having mosquitoes. So elimination of breeding places should be destroyed. Small ponds and puddles should be filled up. Spraying on stagnant water, kerosene or some other oily or greasy oil should be poured over the water to make a thin film on the surface. The oil kills the larvae and pupae when they come to breathe on the surface. So the the baby mosquitoes, they are in the larvae or pupae form. They need to come out of the water to breathe. If you have a layer of oil or kerosene on top of it, that is going to kill the particular mosquito, the larvae or pupae of that mosquito, and hence in an early stage itself the mosquito is killed. Biological control. Certain fishes such as the gambosia should be introduced in the ponds. They selectively devour mosquito larvae. So there are certain fishes, they are eating away the larvae of the mosquito. So such kind of breeding places where the stagnant water is required to be there you can have these fishes to be there, so that they are going to help to eat away the larvae of the mosquitoes. So that was about the mosquitoes. We will continue with the cockroach and the other part of the chapter in the next video.